Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Tales of Skytorn. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and GM for this lovely campaign here. Surrounding me on this virtual tabletop is a bunch of friends who, for some reason, continue to let me be their GM. I don't know why.
That's because he lets me do chaos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I'll take it.
Because he lets me do D&D.
True. Before we get into the episode, I'm going to do a quick pass off to Miss Kelly for a fast social media account and also a follower update. I know I told you nothing about this. You're welcome.
I know. I'm just like, okay, cool. I got this because I've done it before. Anyways, yeah. So we have a link tree which has all our social media accounts in it. So just go check it out because we have like a lot. I'd probably be sitting here all the entire campaign, just me listing everything that we have. So go check it out and go follow us. And if you like what we do, share it with anybody and everybody that you can think of that might also enjoy it. We are currently standing at what 194.
Yeah, I need
We
to update our
Yeah.
counter, but yes,
Yeah.
194.
We are at 194 and we are having a 200 follower giveaway once we reach 200. I mean, obviously that's in the
Okay,
name
I'm gonna go
and
get the
everything.
gifts. Keep talking.
Okay. Anyways, but yes, it will be a 2 bundle gift. There will be 2 winners and everything, and the gifts are pretty spectacular. You win a dinner date with Brandon, and I think Rod is sending in a Dr. Mac. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways,
I can get a good reference for one at least.
right? Anyways, but yeah, so he's back. Show you a little bit of what we're giving away to 2 lucky winners if we reach
Okay.
200 followers.
If you want to announce the first place winner, I'll have them ready to just pull up and show.
Wait, what?
I said the
Oh.
first place.
Oh, the first place, what? The first place bundle is
The giant D20, but it's not just a giant D20. It's a magnetic top you can put your dice in to hang on to them, so it's really cool. Look at that. And then, as we all know, even though I don't believe in it, there is such thing as bad dice. So we have you a little chair with a dunce cap to put on your dice. So that's really fun. And then, of course, you can't
Sometimes
have
dice be
all you
uppity.
can't you. What was that?
Sometimes dice be uppity and they need a timeout.
They-
Okay.
they do,
Sometimes.
they do.
So you can't have all those things and not have dice as well. So we're not going to say where we got these dice from because they're not sponsoring us yet. Hopefully they do soon. But I will say we have a very nice set of dice to go with the first place bundle. It is this fantastic red and like gunmetal color. Hopefully the camera picks it up well. I don't know if it will, but it's fantastic. Let's just roll the first D20 real quick. See what we get. Got a 14.
No, you don't want to actually ruin like their luck.
I
Come
got a
on.
14. I'm very lucky. What are you talking about?
He is way too lucky. It's ridiculous.
So all of those things are for our. Thank you, Rod, so much. All of those things are for our first place winner, and then our second place winner, you get this lovely set of metal dice that's black with green text. Hopefully, I'll just grab like a D6 real quick. It should be easier to see on the screen. And just show you where's the 6? There it is. Hopefully the camera picks it up well. I don't know if it will, but it's beautiful. I gotta tell you guys, it's this fantastic shiny black dice with the
Shiny.
green. That is for our second place. So again, if you want a chance at winning all these fantastic things, first you've got to help us get to 200. So if you truly enjoy what you see, what you hear, and the fantastic things happening here at Player Hater Gaming, send us to your friends, send us to your family, send us to anybody else, give us a like and a follow, because that's what we're looking for, is to spread this amazing gift all of us here have for storytelling, and hopefully just making your days better and brighter.
And burning shit down.
And burning shit down, of course. That's just like the secret that's like included. You don't really talk about. It's like, yeah, when you buy a car, of course you get 4 tires. You don't talk about it. You don't, yeah, you know.
We
But,
don't, but I always talk about that.
That wraps up our announcements. So I'm gonna do a rapid recap to capitalize on our time here because my players have a lot of bullet points that I planned for them today, and I can't wait to see which ones they hit.
No, we're just gonna have a shopping day.
Swear to God, if you hit me with a shopping episode, I'm gonna lose it.
The doctor becomes a tourist for the day.
Yes.
Swear, don't do that to me.
Elysia the tour guide. I like it.
Last we left off, we have, for the past few episodes, listened and watched as these 5 in total. We are missing Miss Nix tonight. She is out taking care of some things. We miss you very much. Can't wait for you to come back. But you have seen these 5 separate paths begin to ever so cautiously and slowly converge on a single apothecary out within the Surwich fields of an island known as Wintergata. Elevated far above the clouds, these walks of life come from all over. We have various individuals who seem to live on the sky ships, some who came from far away following rumors, some who did settle in here, some who want to settle in here. Many things unknown as they came together and began to see some things weren't right within the fields. Various cloud shark, sky shark attacks happening far too inland. A bit of investigation led to the fact they know that at least 2 of the 3 farms claimed 3 of the farms. Apologies, I misspoke on that one. 3 of the farms have been attacked. I believe currently, though, they can only confirm 2, if that's correct.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I was getting it. You've confirmed 2, but 3rd have been reported.
Yeah,
They
just found the sky shark at the butcher's. Nobody said anything.
Yeah. You did find a tunnel that was partially traveled underneath the Collins ranch lands. After that, there was a bit of separation as other various things were handled. Miss Eva went back to take care of her now revealed family within this incredible capital city. Not quite truly living far in, but well enough off. Being met up eventually by Doctor and Red, the 3 of them conversed their findings and decided it'd be best to go back to the apothecary, where Drac and Elysia had gone their way there to handle other threads they were trying to get answers to. After a quick restocking of the apothecary's kitchens to handle this many people for a sustained time.
So many people.
So many people. Especially for you, Miss Elysia.
Yeah.
But after a quick restocking, you have decided, I believe unanimously, you were going to go to the Collins homestead to ask permissions to pretty much walk their lands and see if you can find that tunnel once again and maybe go where it leads. Not.
Dude.
Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I was gonna say, dude, Jack Hicks and I need to bring a shovel. Because we're too
We
big.
probably do. In all honesty.
Yeah,
That is your choice.
we too big.
So
Drac is definitely going to be
Wait.
looking for a shovel. Wait, do I actually have a shovel?
you probably have
Maybe-
a shovel
maybe,
in your adventure
maybe
pack.
I was gonna say maybe we can ask for one instead of just showing up with a shovel.
Yeah, that doesn't
No,
look creepy
no.
at all. Hey, we're here to
No.
dig through your lands. Is that
It's
cool?
not that bad.
All right. We'll make this pretty simple. You make your walk through the fields. Elysia, you have enough familiarity, and everyone at this point, to get yourselves to the Collins homestead. Let's say time of day here is probably pushing late afternoon, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sounds right. So yeah, late afternoon, so probably about 3, 4 o'clock. You approach the homestead. This time in the day, let me check my notes on who do I have where.
I was like, we're all together because we waited till they came back. Me and the doctor ran into each other.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the families.
Oh, okay.
There you are. For this one, you would, I imagine one of you knocks on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Knock on the door. You are greeted by the familiar, a bit older human female in a similar clothing you've seen her today prior. Simple, like work dress with a dark apron on, baking like flour and bits of some sort of food left on it from where she's preparing something. Yes. Welcome. And then she kind of, Elysia, are you taking your form that she'd recognize or no?
Yes, I'm taking the floor that she
Okay.
would recognize.
She
I
sees
got
you.
a couple of bonus points with helping them, so yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I just need to check something real quick. Something was just brought to my attention about our page.
Yeah. But yeah, so Elysia's got some brownie points for
Oh,
healing,
brownies.
right? Elysia will make them whenever we get to the apothecary if you make it known. Oh wait, does Tasha want brownies or Eva?
No, I want brownies. Even
Okay.
doesn't care.
Okay. Well then I'm just guys, I gotta jump off. I gotta go run to Tasha's and make her brownies.
Yeah.
Listen, one of these days, y'all are gonna make it out of here.
Yeah.
One of these days.
One of these days.
That's interesting, because that is definitely turned off. So,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
no, thank you. I appreciate it. If anybody's having trouble viewing the stream or hearing me or anything, what was those? Well, if they can't hear me.
Yeah,
Real,
unfortunately.
did chat load for you?
Yeah, chat's fine. Well, no. From the page, no. You don't see chat. It blocks it.
Weird. Well, hopefully it gets resolved. That's interesting. Okay. So she kind of sees you, Elysia, notices you, and there's an understanding smile to her. She
Okay.
smiles a bit. Hi. Did you?
I-
Didn't expect you back
I'm-
so soon. Did you
Yeah.
have
yeah,
something to bring?
Oh, no. I should have brought something. Oh my God, is Elysia in her? I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm a terrible guest. No, we wanted to possibly check out that hole again. I didn't know if
I
anything
heard
else has
about it.
happened. Yeah, if anything else has happened with it, but we wanted to check it out to maybe see if nothing else comes out of it or anything like that, or
Well,
any
I
more
don't
trouble.
know if anything's gonna come out of it anymore.
Well, yeah. Oh, did you guys seal it up?
Well, I know they started to because
Oh,
when you
yeah.
said that they, I don't know
Yeah.
who it was, when someone told them that was potential the sky sharks were getting through there, they started
Yeah.
getting pretty quick on getting it filled up. But I mean, if you get out there, you might be able to. It won't be too much to remove.
Yeah. Thank
Were you
you.
gonna go inside there?
Yeah, we went inside for a little bit, and
Where'd it go?
it's
It goes for quite a distance.
we didn't go all the way, but it looks like it. What did you say, Drakex? Kind of went all the way to the edge
To
of
the
the
edge.
island?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
goes to the edge of the island. You sure?
Well, that's the one thing we were kind of checking to see how far it goes because we
Oh.
were only to spend like what, an hour in there?
Roughly, yes. No.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
if you remember where it is, of course you're welcome to go there, but you may want to hurry.
Do you have a
Thank you.
shovel by chance? Just in case.
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
they would have
they'll have 'em out
shovels
there.
there. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
filling it in. They had to have shovels.
I would
Before we-
rather make sure that we have one there just in case because we never know.
But before we leave, madam, is Mr. Collins here?
He's probably out there.
No, he's in neither place. He's actually
Oh.
heading off to the city today. He's
Okay. Well,
taking
would you
care of
please
some
pass on
things.
a message from me to him, the doctor?
Certainly.
While I was in town the other day, earlier today, there was a post-it in one of the taverns we were staying in from the king himself about a bounty on these sky sharks. I wanted to give him a more of a heads up about in case
Sure.
any other people want to come down here and investigate.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Also,
Huh.
also, also, if I know with the attack and everything, things have been a little bit hard. But if you do come upon some sky sharks that have been taken care of, as Elysia is like, show her the thing. It's like, it's money for a fin.
Yeah,
Maybe you guys could.
the doctor will show her the flyer that he had taken.
You see, she doesn't take it from you.
Mhm.
She just kind of looks at it for a second or two and then looks back to you.
I just simply just wanted to give you a courteous heads up, as well as to maybe keep an eye out for those who aren't as civil to ask permission.
Right. Well, we'll be on the lookout. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Collins, as Elysia goes towards where the hole was at.
Okay. She gives a simple wave goodbye, closes the door. All of you head on your way. Not too terribly far of a walk before you start to see off in the distance. You can see there is a not a cloud gathering device, but there is a cart out in a certain space, and the red kind of looks. Well, shit. That's where our hole was. Was?
Elysia takes off running to the car to try to get as fast as she can.
That red probably takes off too, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, I'm heading behind them too.
You had okay.
Doctor's taking a leisurely pace behind.
Okay.
Taking our time.
Okay. The two of you are like, well, they can tell him to stop. We don't need all of us to say stop.
He's just going in case like something happens. He could just like jump in the middle of shit.
Yeah. So the three of you head off rapidly. You can see there is the twins are there. They're both still in their like mirrored view of being in a sling.
Mm-hmm.
I've only met one of these, I believe.
You have met one of these, but you looking for a minute. You're like, you just take like a double take, and like you're seeing like an exact mirror.
I do. I imagine I do recall that he did mention he did have a brother who had a similar injury.
Mm-hmm. Looking at it now, you can see. You know what? I would say with. Let me check some passives here real fast. Doctor, I know yours.
Oh shit.
Lovely.
What's everyone's passive insight?
I'm a 10.
Okay, so not you.
16.
Your passive insight?
Yeah, 16.
Okay.
13.
No, insight. Sorry, 14. I was reading perception. Leave me alone. It's been a day. 14. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. I would say with it's decently obvious. With like a 14 or higher on your passive insight, you get the feeling that whatever injured one managed to get both with one bite, almost like they were standing side by side trying to fight the sky shark off, and it just took one huge bite, taking like a half a shoulder on each of them.
Having experienced that exact thing happened to me, though thankfully I had magical armor, I can probably see that better than most.
Yeah, you look at it and you're like, they were fighting it side by side. and it tried to take off more than it could chew.
Mm-hmm. They don't chew. They
Unintended.
swallow. They just eat it whole. They don't chew.
Well, this is a land where you did find a dead one.
Real question was unintended.
Yeah, that's what I said. The pun was intended. How
But
could it not be?
as you run up there, you can see the two twins are there, and there's like 3 or 4 ranch hands, and they're just shoveling dirt in.
Hi, as Elysia runs up. You're filling in the hole, right?
Well, yeah.
How much do you have it filled in?
Well, we weren't going to fill the whole tunnel in, so we just kind of took a little bit of lumber and built a stopper point near the bottom, and then started filling in that space.
That's actually really smart.
He seems almost offended by that.
No, like, yeah, no, and Elysia, no, I mean,
I'm sorry.
like,
did you say that out loud?
No, Elysia kind of whispers it to herself, like, maybe next time that's what I need to think of whenever filling a hole, not just dumping a whole bunch of dirt and getting tired. Like, she's like, holy crap, why have I never thought of that?
Okay, never
You
mind.
know?
I rescind
Yeah.
my statement.
Yeah, because she's just kind of like, wow, I'm dumb.
So
With
she,
big eyes and everything.
Red starts doing a bit of a look around, just kind of surveying the scene. And then the one you know as Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, news was given to make sure we fill this in because that's where the sky sharks are coming from.
Yeah, I remember Red saying that. Is it too late to possibly for us to go down there? I don't know how well you have it sealed. And we would do the work of unsealing it. But if it's too late, we understand. It's just
Are you gonna fill it back up?
Yes.
yeah.
I need one of you. I need Drac and Elysia to give me a persuasion check, or one of
Oh.
you can do it with advantage.
Oh no.
I can do it if you let me roll.
Yes, please.
That's a 25. So thank God.
Oh,
Because
Yeah,
25.
there was a nat 1 in that roll.
Oh, there was. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the twins look at each other, do like a half shrug, and come on, guys, let's go. We'll attend to something else. And the 4 ranch
Perfect. I'm
hands they
just
had
gonna-
down there climb out, shove their 4 shovels in the ground next to the hole, and just start. They unhitch the horse from the cart that still has like a half a cart full of just dirt in it, just filled. At least at one point you can tell it was definitely packed.
Yeah.
We can see as he takes a bit of twine, wraps it around one of the wheels to lock it in place, takes the horse off, jumps on it bareback, and they just head off to another part of the land. Take care of something. You'd imagine it's a busy lifestyle, so if there's not one thing going on, it's another thing.
Something else. Yeah.
But you have promised to not only, if you want to get yourselves in there, also make sure it was full before you leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your persuasion has won them over.
Sweet.
We have a lot of goodwill with the
Yeah.
colonies.
Elysia gets to work.
Okay.
The doctor observes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Drac is probably going to help.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. How much can Mage Hand lift?
pounds.
10 pounds?
Yeah, I was about to say
Holy
10.
shnikes.
Yep.
Okay. So Red doesn't actually pick a shovel up. Red just casts Mage Hand. And it grabs the shovel and starts shoveling dirt out. 10 pounds? There's no... Jeez Louise.
That is the weight
Yep.
capacity of a mage hand.
You ask this every Tuesday that Rod has a game.
I know, but still. Just 10 pounds is a lot of dirt. There's no way a typical shovel can hold 10 pounds of dirt, so...
No.
The shovel itself weighs 5 pounds. Just
That's
so you
true. So
It maybe moves 2.5 pounds of dirt at a time.
still, help is help.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, Drac and Elysia, give me a Constitution check, each of you. Please.
Wow.
That's a 6.
That's a 4.
Okay.
Look at that combined. We have 10.
Yay!
All
The
right.
doctor will probably like use precipitation to give them like a cool breeze to help them cool off as they do this.
Okay,
But
okay.
Elysia's having trouble, but she's used to digging in the dirt.
Drac, high or low?
Hi.
I rolled a 31.
Whew.
You take a point of exhaustion.
Oof.
That's fine.
Elysia.
That's
High or low?
Low.
53.
Yep,
wow.
You take a point of exhaustion.
that's low for you.
I mean, true.
I like that you two got polar opposites.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
After about, as the sun begins to go down, and again, you never feel the shift of the island moving. It's just that smooth and arcanely enchanted. But as it does begin its descent, you can begin to see faintly far off in the distance, you are beginning to descend below the clouds. The sun does fully set. It's not like dark, but the sun is down. There's still some very faint hints of like purples and blues and oranges in a far, far distance. But the dusk is here. You are able to make enough of a path. Drac says you're kind of digging, and Elysia, you're digging, both of you at the same time. Chunk! Hit something solid. And you start moving dirt away, things aside, and you see there looks like they took looks to be like an old wagon wheel and then just laid wood over it
The entire
to
time,
shove it in here.
this is really smart. Why have I never thought of this?
So you get a couple of boards out of the way. You manage to use those to pry the wagon wheel up and out the way. You can make a large enough opening for you to squeeze through.
All right.
Do you want me to lead or do you want to?
I guess I will because I'm not as big as you, and you might get stuck, and I can chip at it as we go. Chip at the top of the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, once we get to where it's really dark, I will touch Drakex and give him Eyes of Night. So he has 300 feet of dark vision
You know
Okay.
that
for an
everybody-
hour.
Or just Drakex.
Well, I don't know if anybody else is coming down, so it's like she's
No, I'm
just
pretty sure we're all going.
okay. Well, yeah, if everybody go, I can up to 4 willing creatures. So yeah,
For
everybody.
those of you who have not had dark vision before this point, as you get into the darkness of the tunnel, this strange new sensation of vision washes over your eyes as a world entirely of black grays and whites illuminates before you this very bland, boring tunnel. I say end to end, the tunnel's anywhere from varying 5 to 8 feet. It's not super well hewn or made, but it's I'd say if you want to go with an average, it's about 6 feet from end to end in any one direction.
So I can stand up in this.
You could stand in this, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's some parts at least that you can stand in, and you kind of like, you stretch, you do that thing when you do long road trips. You get to the gas station, you get out, and you stretch your back, stretch your legs.
He does this as Drakex and Elysia are panting after. It's like, oh man, that was a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
but Red jumps down. Eva, join him.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yep, so give everybody 300 feet of dark vision for an hour.
Ooh. 300
Ooh,
feet.
Wow.
Tifa's
Okay.
first time in the tunnel, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with his
And
doctor.
and listen, guys, if we go for longer than an hour, I have to burn a spell point to continue it. So yeah, a spell
Listen,
slot must be used to continue it. I only have 3.
as a Twilight cleric, I also know this.
Yes, I
But it
know.
is worth it.
Yes, I
worth
know it
it.
is. Yeah.
Am I the only one who doesn't have dark vision?
I do not have dark
No.
vision.
Nobody
No,
but
no.
me has dark vision.
Nobody but Alicia actually has dark vision.
And I
Noted.
thought 300 feet was overkill, and I was like, nah, no, it's not.
The doctor will point out, well, after an hour, Miss Reckon, you use that light spell you have.
Whenever
Uh,
Elysia also taps her horn, and her horns light up as
Okay.
she casts light.
I'm just taking a couple of numbers real quick. Before I
The
get you.
moth on her horns is freaking the fuck out, but like, ooh, it's bright. Everything's like light. I love it.
I'd imagine the dark vision, when the doctor actually gets it, he's like, oh, this is what everyone sees. And he'll start taking notes on it.
that tracks.
As Elysia
So I'm
takes the
going
shot.
to, considering where you all are at right now, going to make a suggestion out there just for time purposes. Do you feel about a 30-minute mile walk pace is correct for how slow you're going to be moving?
Given you have 2 members of the party who are a little too tall for this, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should be
So-
in the back.
You walk forward. The last time, did you walk an hour and then came back? You walked half an hour and came back.
Half an hour back, half an hour there,
So
half an
you-
hour back.
that's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
so
get-
we'd be able to see.
Okay. So you get to your half-hour point. There's no end in sight.
I
Drac is
expected
just continuing to move.
You
Same.
get to your hour point. There's no
Do
end
I,
in sight.
do I
yeah.
see the pile of meat they mentioned
Well,
last
that's the
time?
thing. You said that there was multiple random piles of meat. We
That
just
is
checked
correct.
out one. So
My apologies for that.
yeah, Elysia is going to be keeping an
For those
eye
of
out
you
for
who
those.
it's your first time down here, you are greeted with the fantastic, lovely smell of rotting meat and flesh.
It does not affect the doctor, actually.
Wonderful.
I
Yeah,
have
it's like
a question.
grade
After
A
about, I'd say it
rotted meat,
seemed
by
to
the way.
be paced about every 10,
Yeah,
20 minutes. There's just this either partially devoured
That's
or
actually what I was about to ask.
almost fully devoured little pile of bones and meat. What were you going to ask? Where they were?
Yeah, like
Okay.
how far of a distance in between them
About
are
20,
there?
25
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. You answered it before I
The
asked.
doctor will keep an eye out for any bones that will like help him identify the species or anything like that, like a skull, hip bone, that
Okay.
kind of thing.
More
Um,
than
the
than
ones you
likely,
pick
there's
up and
multiple
look
bones.
at seem to be similar to a bland humanoid race.
Mhm.
Nothing here seems to be outside of that, which still puts you in the realm of, tiefling, ASMR, human.
But everything.
As I'm listing these things off, you make a very, very good point. Make an investigation check.
All
No,
right.
excuse me. Wrong one. Medicine check.
Even better. Same
My
check.
apologies.
Yeah. Right?
Even I make mistakes.
That is a 10.
Oh no.
10?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at one, you're like, well, could be a kid's, could be a gnome's.
Uh,
I really don't
whenever
fucking
he
know.
looks at it, could I look at it as well? Because that's what me and the doctor do.
Yeah, I'll let you have your own roll.
Okay.
Let me know once we hit that hour point.
Oh my god, that's a 12.
Could be a kid, could be a gnome.
The doctor will just look at it can't identify adult, child, or anything, but I do wonder how many people are down here and how many people go missing in the city.
Okay. So, Elysia's sitting there thinking, looking at the skull with the doctor, just everybody
I will
just
say real quick, Red just kind of pops up with probably some nonchalant statement like, well, it's a big city. People just go missing.
ultimately, this is every 20 minutes, a pile comes up. This tunnel goes all the way to what we suspect to be the edge of the island. So maybe factor in how far it is every 20 minutes. Math's not exactly my strong suit, but we can probably guess how many bodies are down here if with the right calculations.
I could probably come up with something.
I need more sticky notes.
Get a lot of sticky notes.
After you say that, I'm like, I'm going to need to write this down because you're going to ask me for those numbers next week. I know you are.
Yes.
If not this week, I'll have to make sure I get them done by break. Where are my sticky notes? Continue without the DM. We're looking for sticky notes.
Okay.
Got
Okay. Are we continuing?
I would say
Why not?
yes, but that's up to you all.
Okay. It's been an hour, correct?
You
Yes.
once we finish this little conversation here, I was going to move on to the end of the first hour.
Okay. Well, we can either do this. Red can use a light cantrip. I've got my horns and stuff like that. And
Eva's
or-
digging through her pack. Save that. Save that. Don't.
because I was like, I really don't want to. I can't give it to you, but yeah.
Eva's like fully half bent over into her pack and digging and digging and digging. She pulls out a lamp and an oil flask.
There we go.
So
I
I
like
can
to
give
imagine much later on in the campaign, you just pull out a comically large amount of instruments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She already
it.
has 3.
It's not even a bag
No,
of
sorry,
holding.
4.
Yeah, just like Acme bag, Bugs Bunny style, lute, lyre, drums, flutes,
Yep.
pan.
She's already got 4. We can add more.
Don't tempt me.
But Eva will
That's
pull
an
out
idea.
a lamp and light it with an oil flask. That will be 15 feet of bright light and 30 feet of dim light
Yeah.
for 6 hours.
And once the hour is up, the horns go, and the moth is sad. It's just visibly
Aw.
sad, and then sees the lantern and goes over to the
Goes
lantern
over to that.
and hangs out.
Eva's just gonna kind of watch and be like, "You stay on the outside. I would hate for you to get
No.
crispy."
Not. I think Naka knows.
I'm kidding.
Don't do that to my moth.
Well, given what tends to travel down here, I think I should probably go ahead and cast this. And he will take out a steel syringe with red liquid in it and cast Mage Armor on
Okay.
himself.
You cast Mage Armor.
Just a precaution.
All of you watch as this unique, quick. What color is your flavorful arcane practices?
Uh, a mixture of a bluish green.
You will watch as this quick bluish green shimmer just shoots across the doctor's body, almost as if a second level of full plate mail encases his form before it just vanishes.
So teal or sea foam. Got it.
If you were observant, you would notice that the syringe she pulled out is now missing a third of the red liquid that was inside.
Okay. I guess onward.
Okay.
Do I need to be up front with the lamp?
Oh, the shorter people are up front because the bigger people are just sit there, just like Drax. It's just like, yeah.
Copy that.
Okay.
Eva will take the lead then with the lamp.
All right, Doctor, right behind you.
A second hour comes to a close, and there is now a noticeable fog has come into the tunnel. But you know it's not fog, it's cloud.
Well, what is a fog but a cloud?
Yeah,
Very true. It is.
it is water particles.
You are snowblind essentially down here. A third hour comes to a close. Who's helming this?
Eva followed right by the doctor.
Yeah, probably.
Eva,
All
I
the
need you
same.
to make a perception check, please.
Perception. 17.
17. Okay. As you are walking along, your keen senses begin to pick up on the sound of wind, almost it seems. And you begin to, and you, specifically you, begin to feel it on your face. And then you just, this flash of overwhelming fear grips your entire body. And you reach out and you grab the wall, digging your fingertips into the dirt, and you stop yourself and everybody else from moving. As you can feel just the very edge of the front half of your leading foot has no ground beneath it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Do we need to back up?
A few feet would be nice. End of the line. End of the line. I'd rather not fall to my death.
End of the line.
Drakkix
End of the line.
is stuck. And Drakkix is stuck. We're just stuck here.
He can back up, and
Yeah, I know.
You just can't turn around.
Yeah.
if you tried hard enough,
Just
you
Drak
could.
it. No.
Yeah.
No. We know for a fact that Drac can actually back up.
Yes. So
I'm gonna just hold the lamp out into the void and see if it can light anything.
It is just thick, dense cloud.
we found the edge. Nothing.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. Could you guys
About this point, I will say, Red will like
Um,
scoot herself through to get up there with the doctor,
Mhm.
and she kind of puts her one hand on the doctor's shoulder. Do you think with a bit of, and she makes like this hand motion with her hand, like a puff of wind. Do you think with the both of us we could maybe clear some of this?
It's worth a try.
also whenever we're done looking at this, I think I have something to be able to plug this hole. That way it's double protected. So just let me know.
All right. I guess me and Red will be multicasting precipitation to see if we can spread the cloud cover out.
Give me a quick ability check. Here for your
Okay.
intelligence.
Intelligence. So just straight
Oh
intelligence.
shit! Alrighty then.
That's a 30-20 for the doctor.
That is a natural 20 for Red. Brings
Nice.
her to a 24. So yeah, the two of you
Nice.
combined, the both of you reach out and you begin to focus. Hers, this dull, almost cherry red bright light emits and just holds in her palm. And as you see this doctor, you kind of take notes, say, okay, I've got this. And you do the same thing with your own that's bluish green, almost like that sea green color. And the two, these little sparks of arcane energy come together and just like there's, I would say. With that, I'll give a 20-foot radius of complete clearness of the clouds.
Nice.
And it's at this, and you can see they do begin to slowly creep back in, but you figure you've got a good 5 minutes to look around before it's once again happens. But
Okay.
again, yeah, Eva is facing oblivion, for lack of a better term. You have reached the end of the island.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
This made it much worse for Eva. Got it.
No sudden movements,
And I
please. Would be
will say,
appreciated.
Eva, with your perception check of 17, after the wind displaces the clouds, you can see 2 ropes dangling, like in front of the hole.
Like on the floor
No,
or coming
directly
from the
in front of you.
ceiling?
Like
Well,
from the edge of the island down to here.
I mean, that makes sense. They had to get in here some way to put the meat in here and start digging. I doubt very likely they started for the Collins.
Do we want to see where that goes?
What does it look like outside? Is it dark? Dark.
You have no idea.
Okay.
It is, yes, I will say
Okay. 'cause
it
I was-
is dark. The only light you can be aware of at this moment is from the lamp. And the only thing you see outside of that is tunnel, your companions, and cloud.
Drax just sees Eliza's head, so he doesn't see anything.
You're getting a weird
she
puppet
notices
show.
this. She's like, oh, sorry. And she's trying to like bend down.
You take a knee, I imagine.
We can climb up it, but there is a risk of possibly falling. Also, we would just be walking the majority of the way. And we at this point, I think we're risking possible shark attacks being in the tunnel or out of the tunnel at this point. So it's up to you guys. It's just, I know we have to fill this back up. But whatever you guys decide, we can do.
I'm paying attention to behind us. Is there anything coming up?
Yeah.
My only thought was that it would be a shame to come all this way and get nothing out of it.
Oh, I mean, we got something out of it. We got a lot out of this, I think.
I'm just kind of stuck on this one thing. If they started from here, how did they know the exact spot they needed to dig up from to get to the Collins?
Well, I mean,
Because the tunnel,
One?
did the tunnel go like you went from the Collins and it was just like a straight L bracket to go straight here, or did they go, like the Collins was just like
I'm pretty sure it was straight.
for the most part, generally a straight shot.
okay?
Like it wasn't like machinely straight, but it was within reasonable error straight.
So ultimately, one, they just picked a spot and dug straight. Or two, maybe they were just aiming for any of the farmlands Or
Well,
3, they know where the Collins are at.
well, imagine they would know what the Collins are at, but it's more of a mathematical question at this point of far do you dig, all that. It's- They would have to have someone who's either very smart or this has been in the works for much longer than we think.
Or
Mhm.
Elysio's like, or what if the possibility of the smart person delegates and the workers dig the tunnel and then they end up being bait? As she like thinks about that way they don't have to keep coming back. Because in order to dig this, you need quite a team force to get it done pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And
That is true.
if you're doing something shady and there's a lot of people who know about it, wrong person talks and all of a sudden you're in trouble.
Well, personally, I don't trust my upper body strength to climb up these ropes, but I feel like that may be the best way of getting any answers.
We could always tie a rope to you all. I could hold the other end, brace
Is
myself against a tunnel,
um
and you guys could climb up and see what you see.
Brace or wedge?
um
I
I'm
call it brace. You'll call it wedge.
I'm kind of afraid of heights.
I've tried on sky ship for a month. Heights don't quite bother me as much as they used to. But as I said, I'm not sure if this is the best idea, but right now it feels like the only idea. We
Also,
don't have
keep in
much to
mind,
go
we are now on the clock versus other people.
on. Yes. And I don't think that the only other lead we have is the third family, which is much harder to pursue than this would be.
I have a question. If we're climbing on the ropes, can
Mhm.
I cast a spell to be able to close this hole with Druidcraft?
I would say you would know that it would take some time
Mm-hmm.
due to the limitations of the spell.
Yeah. Okay.
You know it's possible,
Yeah.
but it would certainly take dedicated effort and
Yeah.
time.
Because I knew on top of it, it probably wouldn't be strong enough if a big enough shark, but that way it's like maybe try to help out a little bit more. They gotta like bust through it first.
Was this so during the tunnel? The only exit there is the one we're currently at and the Collins, right?
That's correct.
So if this is how they've been transferring the sharks to all the farms, logic would say there would be another tunnel that would
But
probably be around this
But see,
area we're at.
that's also the thing. If there's one tunnel, there doesn't have to be a lot of tunnel because
Well,
there doesn't have to be a lot because they can travel pretty far, especially considering the fact that it's not right in front
well,
of the Collins house.
well, the problem with that theory is that we didn't encounter the other tunnel on our walk here.
But
So
from
then we'd say
what
there's
I
multiple
gathered, there
points.
hasn't been any other talking of a tunnel. I'm just saying that there is a possibility of other tunnels, but there's also the possibility that once a sky shark gets through, it can go anywhere and everywhere because the Collins can't see this from their front yard. If it comes through, it can go anywhere it wants.
That is very true.
Well,
Plus, they're pretty fast.
That is also very true.
well, there's a good chance we can find out more information by going up.
Yeah, I just know that we're not going to get on that one land to find a tunnel. We didn't find anything that one time, and I doubt very likely they're going to allow us again. And then those ranch hands didn't particularly like me, so I don't think they're going to allow us on
And
their
this is
property
our
as well.
best option, from the sounds of it.
We're also protected by the bounty now.
To an extent, I would
Yes.
say.
Yes,
But
to an extent.
trespassing is not covered in the notice.
Exactly.
No, but if
You
we
still
don't
get-
have an intent to trespass, then it's simply a
You're only
mistake.
trespassing if you're found.
The secret
true.
ingredient is crime.
Elysia is sweating because she's like, no, I'm going to go tell everybody where I'm at because I do not want to get shot. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Well, maybe we should put this to a vote then for the group. Do we climb these ropes or do we leave and try another option?
Climb.
I'm
Because
also
I'm
for-
not turning around.
Fair point. I am also for climbing. Miss Red, Eva, and Elysia.
I told you, whatever you guys decide.
If
I'd
we're going to do
imagine
this, we might as well go all the way.
Red would just walk over to the edge, grab a rope, head up.
Would
That
I
that does sound like her.
Yep.
would I be able to like tie this lamp to my waist so that it doesn't
Absolutely.
take my hands?
Absolutely.
Cool.
You fix your lamp to your waist and you head on up.
I'll turn to Dracus. Do you have a
Dra-
rope?
Drakix, you have wings, correct?
I do have wings. Because
could-
it is a new day, thankfully.
You could carry either me or the doctor, or we can tie the doctor up and, one of us tries climbing or anything like that. But I just thought since there's 3 ropes and you have wings, so
Okay. He's gonna look to like Eliza's one eye that's currently turned to look at him. Because of how freaking tall we are.
Yeah.
And just like looks at it, it's like, you said you were afraid of heights?
yeah. But if the doctor's easier to carry, he's much smaller than I am.
That is not an issue regardless of what. If you're afraid of heights, I will help you out. And then at the same time, he does actually rummage into his bag, which is really more like he's like one-handing into it. It's just like, I know I have some rope in. And he does actually pull out some rope.
Okay.
And he does actually kind of leans over towards really like his arms just like going around Eliza's waist and just like, you can tie this around your waist, take the rope.
Mhm.
Let me keep an eye. I will actually hold the other, and he does tie it like around his wrist.
All right. He will hand you his doctor's bag because he does not climb with it.
Yeah. So he's gonna put that also on,
Okay.
which kind of looks a little bit weird because he's like too tall to fit it over his
Big
head.
guy in a little coat kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's just like currently like on his one shoulder. He's like, okay, well, I need you all to get closer to it. Eliza, in the meantime, you're gonna need to hold on to the rope outside until I can fully extend in order to get us up.
Yeah, I understand that she's visibly shaken, but she understands what she has to.
The doctor, once the rope is secured around his waist and knows that they have the other end, he is going to make his way up.
Okay. I will say this is about a 40, 50-foot climb.
That's why he has the rope on them.
So
That works because the rope is usually 50 feet long.
those of you who are climbing, make me a strength check. Please.
11.
Okay.
Oh, 14. Sorry, 15.
I was gonna
Okay.
say that's a 15. I know I'm not
Wait.
crazy.
Oh, jack of all trades. Never mind. I'm like, that's not right. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Doctor,
it is
it's
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely takes you a minute to get through it, to push through the first like 5 feet. Like, oh.
-1 to
But
strength.
you steal your mind. Like, all right, now come on. I can make this. I can make this. And then as you're starting to psych yourself up, you can hear Red's voice softly, like in like not a yell but a talk. Hey, I made it. It's not awful, but kind of far. And you're like, okay, yeah. Let's go. And you muster up the strength. You start using your legs a little more than locking the rope and still, so you can reach up, and you get
Using
up.
the side of the
Who's
island
got
to
inspirational
perch.
speech?
Make it to the top.
All right.
Eva, it's I would say, considering you're a jack of all trades and the performances you've worked, there was that one time a little bit ago you worked an acrobatic act, and he was like, "Whew, never again." And then you remember why you said "never again" as you climb the rope. Elysia, Drakex.
Yep.
Yeah, Elysia gets us close to the edge while also holding Drakex and everything.
Okay.
To let Dragus know that he is good to stop holding the rope, I will untie it for myself once I reach the top and let it drop.
Okay.
Let him know I'm up.
Yep. The moment that he feels that, he just kind of like grabs the top of the hole and inches out his body, grab it onto the rope, the next closest rope around him. And then he kind of like fully stretches out for a moment. He's just like, oh, never really don't want to do tunnels again that are that small. Oh,
I told you I know some stretches.
later. And at that point, he actually does wrap his arm around Elysia's waist and just goes, okay, grab onto me.
Oh, she already is. Like as soon as you did that, she like just hopped on. You're like, oh my god, okay.
So she qualified him. Got it.
Yes.
And the moment that she does that, she sees the actual gemstone wings come out of his back. And after a deep breath, because he is still a little bit feeling it from,
Yeah.
he starts to fly up, but instead of doing just the flight,
Mm-hmm.
he's also staying close enough to the wall to actually use the island edge as grapple points. So as he's going up, his free hand is actually kind of like digging into the cliff edge and just lifting himself up higher. This way, he's not fully focused on letting the wings do the work, but his
Okay.
body is as well.
Elysia's eyes are closed and she's like, I haven't done this in years. I haven't done this in years. I haven't done this in years. She's just like freaking out.
You eventually crust the 45, 50-foot ascent to break even with the ground. And to this point, as you get, it's interesting, as you get higher,
Mm-hmm.
you knew there would be less cloud cover, but as you're moving up, your spellcasting modifier is charisma, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Give me a quick charisma check. And I will say, everyone here, give me an ability check tied to your spellcasting ability, please.
All right. That's right. Everyone here's a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all are.
Oh my
This
god,
is-
I'm rolling shit tonight. 8.
8.
Yeah.
16.
Eva for the
As
save.
you're heading up, you feel it just in your blood. You can feel the hum of arcane forces here at the edge of the island doing their various jobs, which one of them clicks in your brain that it pushes the cloud cover back a bit. You know, here in the Sirwich Fields area, it's not as strong as it is near the port side of things. You know,
Mhm.
clouds still must come in so they can take it for the water in the clouds, but you can it's not as thick. You can definitely see there's a noticeable barrier of how thick that cloud cover is. Eva, for you, just kind of, you almost hear the tune at the back of your mind of the magic in the air that one keeps the island afloat, being this far on the edge, and two, again, you just can almost hear it, like you've been like humming a bit with just the resonance of magic here as it is doing the most mundane of tasks, keeping most of the cloud cover at bay. But all of you get to the top and you find solid ground.
Before Drakex hits the ground, Elysia's gonna open up her eyes and look up. And just staring up at if there's cloud stars or anything like that.
There
To
are
try to
no
calm her
clouds
down.
above you. Not like that high up. The only
Yeah.
clouds you have are those that are probably about, they span probably
Yeah.
about 20 feet higher. But it's not as thick snow blind as it was down in the
Yeah.
tunnel.
Thank you, Drakex. I haven't done that in a very long time.
I will
That's
say
completely
for
understandable.
Eva
Mhm.
and the doctor, as you have come up via rope, you do notice that the titans that were shoved into the side of the island are about a foot shy, like down almost out of sight. Like they've been pounded all the way in to where you can't even see unless you like really reach down and feel for it. The metal itself is hard to find. There's just a bit of the eyelet of the python, and that's it.
All right.
If you were just walking through here, you probably would never have seen these.
You need to keep an eye out as we go, and I gotta go fill that hole back in.
Come back around to it.
No, I promised. It's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna get done as much as I can tonight.
Well,
I promised them. You guys can go ahead and head to the apothecary I'll be fine. I know it's been a long day for you guys, and Eva, you just got back.
is
Uh,
there anything else that looks like it might be out of place up here?
Up here, looking around, not really, no. It's the edge. There is, I'd say probably about a foot, anywhere from 1 to 3 feet inland, is a very plain, simple wooden fence. Like, not like slatted, but just like a post. And you know how they have like the X shape that comes across them?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like that. It's nothing. It's more to keep the cattle from falling off the edge than worrying about a human or somebody. Like they'll have the warehouse sense. Oh, there's the edge of the island. There's the fence. Cattle need at least a little bit of something to stop them. So it's only like 3 or 4 feet high at max.
Okay.
So we're at the edge of someone's ranch, basically.
What was that?
We're at the edge of someone's ranch.
Yes.
Okay. Can we get an idea of a guess of who ranch this is?
I would say you went straight through and through. Um, Makes sense. You could still be on the same piece of property, technically.
Yeah, I Doctor doesn't know how the property is divided, so
Got
that's what I
you.
was asking.
I would say, Miss Elysia, if you want to offer the information, you would have enough whereabout knowledge to realize that the way
Yeah,
the way
'cause-
the lands are cut, it's pretty much
Yeah, because the
goes
other
all the way to
two
the
are
edge.
the other two are on the other side. Yeah, so yeah, we're still on the Collins. Okay, I guess
What?
let's.
What would one need ropes here for, though? I mean, obviously to get down to the hole, but why would you want to get down to the hole?
Well, more than likely to start the hole
Perhaps.
or continue to get to it.
Yeah, it's more like, why would you leave the ropes there?
Well,
Well-
and not necessarily that either, but if this is the edge of the same property, why would you dig a hole that attracts sky sharks to your own property?
We don't think they digged it. Dug it. Sorry, guys. Ugh.
Words are
mean-
hard. We understand.
Yeah. Yeah, they
No,
are.
I understand that these people themselves may not have dug it, but are you setting them up to be framed for something?
No, are we talking about framing? As Elise is very confused by this. I mean, we don't know who dug this hole. We just know that a harvester is kind of expensive, so I don't see. I mean, people, I guess, have done crazier things to try to explain it, but there is a possibility that plus it puts them out of work, possibly loss of family, and I think there's just too much with the Collins that they're not willing to lose to do it. So I think this is more of a outside force because their hearts are broke because of that hole, and they're not cheap. And you know, with Mr. Collins and two of his twin boys hurt, work is a little bit not easy right now, and if they don't have money, they can't pay for their,
Precisely my
they can
point.
lose the farm. They can lose the farm.
And it looks even worse if there are sky sharks coming from your property.
Yeah, so I don't see why they would dig it.
I'm not saying they did. I'm saying someone else did.
Yeah, I mean
To put
that
the
that
blame on
well,
to
yeah,
put the blame on them.
I don't know if that would put the blame on them because I mean, if that was the case, wouldn't they put Collins memorabilia in there as well? Because I mean, nobody. This is the first that we've talked about possibly framing the Collins because
I'm just trying to think. If you have pythons and ropes leading down to a tunnel that you've dug that leads back into a property that doesn't go anywhere else, and people start disappearing, people are going to start coming looking, as we are. And it looks really bad if people find out that the sky sharks are coming from your property.
Wasn't there? And at this point, he actually kind of looks to Alicia at the same time. He's like, wasn't there somebody who's been going around trying to like buy out the ranches?
yes, the other family that took the shark to the butcher said he would come tell us if there was an attack, but didn't. And I cannot remember the name right now, so it's just like I tell him the name, but I cannot remember the
It
name.
would be
Kelly cannot.
the Ilroom family.
And the Ilroom family were here and got the Collins, Mr. Collins specifically, very upset talking about buying the property. And it's very easy to probably say that they could be the ones that dug this hole, but at the same time, I don't like placing blame haphazardly.
I'm not saying that they are to blame, but I'm saying someone might be to blame.
No,
They are just setting up the Collins
somebody
to take the
here,
fall.
somebody is to blame. This is a man-made hole. But we don't have enough evidence to look at anybody right now. Because, yes, we could very easily say that they did it to try and buy the land for cheap or to take it away and everything. But it also
Quick
could just be,
question, Miss Eva. Is your lantern still going?
Yes.
Okay.
Goes for 6 hours.
Thank you.
but yeah, it very easily uh could very say they're just opportunists. They see a situation and
I
they want more land.
I don't disagree with that, but we also can't rule it out.
I'm not saying not rule it out. I'm saying we have no proof to go to anybody and say, yes, these are the people. There's too much variables that are up and hidden right now. I don't see how the Collins would get the blame. Yes, they would get the ire of the town for having the hole and stuff like that, but I don't see why the town people blaming them for saying they dug the hole, especially considering they got attacked. But there's just too much right now that we don't know. And from the looks of it, unless, I mean, the possibility of the people who know the most are currently in that tunnel.
Then perhaps we should be the ones in the tunnel.
I don't
I
particularly want to die.
I was about to say I
Yeah.
don't want to be a meat patty.
I
Yeah.
have a simple question, Miss Elisa. Maybe you can help me with this because I don't know the answer. Prior to me arriving to the island,
Mhm.
these attacks have been going on for what, a day or two?
DM?
In this capacity, to where they were this far inland, that is correct.
Mm.
They are.
All
The
right.
first you heard of it was when the doctor was with you.
Okay.
Like you've heard
Yeah.
of, once on the
Yeah.
border
Yeah.
or things like
Mhm.
that, the random farm, but never
I
as
mean,
far as
yeah.
you have
Whenever, whenever
inhabited the
we,
area.
whenever we took care of the Collins, that's the first one I've seen inland.
So the Collins were the first ones to be attacked, soon later followed by the Moss Scales.
I mean, maybe. When were you guys attacked? As Elysia looks to Eva, Drakix, and Red.
Red just kind of points to the doctor. It's just us two.
No, uh, didn't you say that you were attacked by a sky pup?
Yeah, it was her and the doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought. Oh, were you attacked by something else on the way?
No?
No, I wasn't. When we came through originally, we
Oh,
only
oh,
saw
no,
the.
no, I remember that incorrectly. Eva was being hassled. That's correct. I
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So far, yes, but I don't know. I just know
Well,
that one because we were there.
from process of elimination, says the Collins are the primary target. They've had the
Agree.
most attacks of all the families right now.
Agreed, because then that they were first, and then I can't remember the other
And
other
then
family's name.
Moss Scales were second
Moskels.
family to be
Yes.
attacked. But we also got to consider the twins were attacked before the father, then the father was attacked.
Yes, and I don't know
And
whenever that happened.
then the next night after all of us first met, actually, was the first attack on the Moss Scales, resulting in the death of their oldest. The night after that was when me and Miss Red, coming back
Mhm.
from town, passing through Colin lands, were
Mm.
attacked by the shark near the hole,
Yes.
which we did not know of at the time. And that is the last attack that I know of. 100% happened.
Yeah.
Then the Ildruns, after we confront them, have another attack. Have their first attack,
Yeah.
which we only find out due to the corpse of the shark being at the butchers,
Yeah.
which could be coincident. It could be a legitimate attack, but it seems way too convenient to where
I just
they would stage an attack. An attack would
yeah.
happen after we go
And
and question them.
yes, and that's the thing that makes the most sense. They can't.
Because when
I
we
don't.
questioned them, they already claimed to have been attacked.
Yeah, Well,
that's the first
well, they weren't attacked. There was a
Well, they-
sighting, and they
they
shoot it
yes.
off. Yes,
but
but see,
still,
that's also the thing too. It's like there is the possibility somebody here could have done this, but they're not able to control them, so you're risking your own life on top of possible gain.
Right around this time, looking at everybody's passive perceptions, Elysia and Doctor, you
Mhm.
begin to hear the sound of heavy horse hooves off in the distance.
heading towards us, or like
Heading
just
in your direction.
okay.
It is getting louder.
Well, either we're about to have our answers come to us, or we have to do some explaining to some guardsmen.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere nearby where we can maybe, possibly, hopefully hide behind, or
Hide behind's not going to be so easy. I would say the best ways you could reduce your visibility would be to there's a number of options you can go here. You can hang back off the edge. You can reduce the light you're putting off and get low to the ground.
how high is the cloud coverage on the ground?
The cloud coverage on the ground this time of day is probably a solid 10-20 feet. It's just not as thick as what's out beyond the perceivable enchantment around the island.
Okay. Mm. He's going to look to Ava and just go, Ava, put out the light if you can. If not,
You guys want to probably, if you're going to put out the light, need to go more inland. I don't want you guys accidentally stumbling off the edge.
Well, kind of. Eva put it out as soon as he said to, so.
All right, Elysia is going to try to group them and push them away from the edge.
Okay.
Drac was actually about to, considering the fact that he hasn't really stepped too far in, so his tail is still kind of like hovering over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Elysia is
Just to
kind of
give
far away from the edge.
Yeah. So he would actually drop and nudge himself back to just like over the edge, but about about 10 feet away from the ropes are.
Okay.
So he's still like he's still like right on the edge, close by to the group,
Mm-hmm.
but he is hanging off of the actual edge.
Oh,
And just like,
you're cliffhangering it.
yes, he's gonna cliffhanger it.
Okay.
Because of the fact that he's been doing things similar to this for years. This would be his first instinct, is not to be noticed.
Well, if we're gonna if we're all hiding,
Elysia is gonna walk up to where she heard the horse hooves.
You're gonna go towards it?
She could
Yeah.
just do that.
Okay.
are we hiding or no?
Elysia's not. She ain't getting over that edge. Fuck that shit.
Well, there's other
Drag-
ways to hide.
Drac is his first instinct is, I shouldn't be here, so I shouldn't be seen.
No, I mean, you guys can hide.
Okay.
100%. Elysia is from there. You know, she could very easily just be like, hey, what's up?
The doctor would hand you the flyer then.
Yep. She takes it and she kind of walks towards where the hoof prints are and everything. So
He will attempt to stumble his way close to like the fence line and use the fact that he's got an all black outfit and just
camouflage. Yeah.
and lay prone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before
Go ahead.
Before Elysia moves out of reach,
Mm-hmm.
bardic inspiration for her.
Okay.
D4, correct?
D6.
D6. Thank you.
6. Okay. Those I need everyone
Wait,
but.
before everything else, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Let me actually make one other thing.
Okay.
As he goes down,
Uh-huh.
he does mutter a draconic blessing,
Okay.
and the 3 of them currently have bless on them.
Okay.
And as Elysia is walking, she says, "Well, Mother be with me," as she guidance herself, just in case.
Okay. So I need everyone to make a stealth check except for Elysia.
Me and Missy looking at D4s.
D4s. Track as well. Or
Mhm.
did you bless yourself too?
No, just the 3 of them.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
red Dr. Eva.
That is a 9 total for the doctor on stealth.
Okay.
D4. No. I'll need it. 23.
Okay.
Stupid friggin' chainmail.
I will say for this, Track X, do not roll
Uh-huh.
disadvantage. Roll it again and just take that roll.
Okay.
Because
sweet,
you're not
perfect.
moving. You're literally
Yeah.
hanging.
That's not bad. That's an 11.
Okay.
There you go.
That's not
I'm a big
terrible.
advocate of group checks. So overall, not bad. I'm gonna roll here real quick. Okay. Elysia, you are,
Mhm.
as God is my witness, plain and center.
Mm-hmm. She
Okay.
hates it.
You watch with your dark vision
Mm-hmm.
as 2 horses come galloping up,
Mm-hmm.
each of them with a single rider.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're looking, you can, with your dark vision, it's interesting. Their eyes, these can't be humans. As you look at them with the gray skin provided through your dark vision, blacks in bits here as well. Their eyes are these large, almost as if like the eye holes for the doctor's mask.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but they're just like they're side by side.
Okay. That's
And-
not terrifying at all.
Yeah, no. And they're riding up. What you see are 2, now you have a better look, looks to be 2 humanoid-like individuals on these large steeds
Mm-hmm.
as they come to a stop, and they see you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Then they look around. Evening?
Evening. You're probably wondering why I'm here. As
No, why would we wonder such a thing?
she holds up the bounty, I actually got permission from Mrs. Collins to be here to look at their land. I was
One
actually
of them
heading
gets off their steed and approaches you.
as she just holds up the bounty and everything. The attack that happened on the Collins, I thankfully was able to make it and save me and a friend of mine were able to save the Collins, and we were just trying to help out as she's just continuing to hold on. As she's trying to muster the courage just to talk to these people and not be freaking the fuck
he-
out.
He takes the flyer from you. You can see now as he holds it down. Bless. And he goes back to the horse and spends a moment lighting a very, very, very simple oil lantern. But unlike Eva's, this one is steel all the way around with small holes poked through it to reduce how large the light goes out. It's essentially a reading lantern. It's for very low light. So they light it, he closes it, and with that bit of light now, walk over, you can see it looks like there's this leather strap going all the way around his head with this these two circular pieces of glass over the eyes, and he raises them up off of his eyes to look down and read. Well, you said you saved one, both Collins family?
Mr. Collins, his son came to my apothecary, and me and a friend were able to make it in time to heal him. And like I said,
You
I
can see
made
he's starting to look around at this point. You and a friend. Is your friend here?
yes, but very much sky shark attacks at night. A little terrified. They
Where's your
heard
friend?
no back there. We were looking
Why don't you
at
bring him over?
doctor, as Elysia says, just calling the doctor.
Doctor would stand up
You-
from his hiding spot.
he was attacked one day, so he's a bit skittish. Heard a noise. Doesn't have dark vision himself.
Oh no,
Can't-
no, makes sense. Not everybody can see in such elements naturally.
Can I insight him?
Sure. What are you attempting to ascertain?
I know he's hassling me. I know that.
Okay.
But I'm trying
What
to
do
see.
you want to know?
Essentially, is he trying to hassle me to get, like, I haven't said anything about the hole. Is he hassling me to get me away from there, or is he hassling me because it's late at night, it's on the Collins?
Okay.
Oh god, I'm rolling like shit. 12.
You get the sense as he said that, he's aware that you're definitely not human.
Yeah.
Doctor would just kind of like walk toward the light he sees because he's the only thing he can see.
Yep.
And very
We're playing
careful-
Marco Polo.
I mean, very carefully walking up to them. If I see Elysia, I'll stand just stop next to her.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably see the lantern light from
At this
after a
point, the
while.
second individual has gotten down and hasn't joined the first, but has begun to approach, but with a bit offset.
Do these
Okay.
two look like ranch hands?
The 15, they look like they work.
Like I said, we actually went to the Collins earlier and got permission from Mrs. Collins to be here to kind of survey their land to possibly see if we can look into these sky shark attacks. She
Hmm.
gave us her blessing. I was
Okay.
actually about to head to the hole to start filling it in.
And she was going to talk to Mr. Collins, let him know that we were out here as well.
Oh, very kind of you two. Only the two of you taking care of this venture.
Well, afraid so. There's only two of us living in the apothecaries, and being locals decided to check out the problem. And I'm just generally kind of curious about the means of a sky shark attack.
Roll deception check.
Go for it. Not one.
Oh,
That's fitting. You can't see my facial features, at least.
True.
yeah.
Your voice and your tone.
Hmm.
You can see he just, with that, he hands the paper back to you, Elysia.
Mm-hmm.
Snuffs the lantern. Well, have a good night. Come on. And he looks to the other person. They
Can
get back
I
on their
ask you
steeds.
something before you leave?
No. And he gets on his steed and they ride away.
I don't know if they work for the Collins or not. But we need to head to the hole. Once they get at least out of my eye shot. She's like telling the doctor because he can't see where they're.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say even with your dark vision, nighttime here is rough because of the cloud
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah, no, I
disappeared.
figured.
At
yeah,
the most,
they-
I will say it this: knowing what you want, I will
Mhm.
say you wait for the sound of hooves
Yeah,
to no longer be audible.
yeah. Elysia's standing still, like even holding the doctor, like try not to breathe very hard, as she just like listens.
Extreme point. Can you, with his mask, I guess, was his breathing be amplified in sound or no?
It's
God, that is a good question.
you haven't been
Doc-
running, and you've had enough
I
time
have
to
been
catch your
climbing.
breath.
Okay.
I'd say you had
Doctor?
enough time to just
Doctor,
catch it.
doctor, stay right here. I will go get the others. As Elysia goes to get the others, and she's like, "Come on, guys, we need to go." I would not suggest the lantern, as she's gonna have. Oh God, no! I would not suggest the lanterns. I could possibly give you the Izonite that will only last an hour, but maybe we can tie the ropes in between us and I lead. Because I don't know if we could use the lantern, but I'm also very worried about.
We can use the lantern when we get into the hole.
Yeah, it's just I'm worried about those guys. I don't know. I understand. I understand being weary at this time, but I don't even know if they belonged on the Collins.
Did they give you back the flyer?
Yes, yes, they did. And that's the thing. They didn't seem worried about the Collins. So the only thing they seem worried about is that we were the ones that healed them. And
What I thought. Both of you give me a history check,
All right.
please.
15.
Oh, come on, 8. Better than a 1.
True. Doctor, as you are thinking over this, with your specialties in the medical field and more specifically the study of particular things passing from generation to generation or through blood,
Mm-hmm.
you would have a pretty good feeling that you've seen this facial structure before.
Okay. Can I?
I would say it's the 15. That would definitely be within the realm of possibility. It's seems to have similar features to that of the eldest son you had just met the other day at the Ilrum family.
Did his voice sound the same?
Not exactly the same, but within a
Like he's a
reasonable
brother.
within a reasonable
Like he's a
Okay.
relative.
So, yeah, so it's not the same person, but
Yeah.
not the same
somewhat
person. No, 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 no,
okay.
not the same
No.
person. No, if it was the same
They're
person,
related.
if it was the
Okay.
same person at 15, I would have been like, it's the same guy.
Yeah. I don't know. That mask of his
Yeah.
is credit.
Does the doctor convey this to you, Elysia?
I would probably wait to say on this information once we're in the
Okay.
tunnel.
And yeah,
So we're going back down into the tunnel?
I've got to dig it. I've got to at least fill it halfway. You guys could go back
Crack
to
X,
the
you
apothecary.
muscle up yourself out. Like, "Ah, ah." Eve, I would imagine you've probably just gotten as low under grass
Yeah.
cover as you possibly could. With her
You guys,
22 cells, she pops up like the grassy knoll sniper.
Mm-hmm.
you guys
Minus the
can,
war paint.
Yeah.
you guys can head to the apothecary, or I made a promise, and I have have a feeling I'm going to be sleeping in a little bit later, anyways, after digging it out. So, yeah, let's just head that way.
I actually think we should head there as soon as we can.
All right.
Agreed.
As Lucy starts walking towards the hole, kind of
Okay.
quickly.
With this
But she's
above
like,
ground now, you're able to make much better time.
she turns around like, oh, I forgot you guys don't have dark vision. Come on. Hold my
Jack is
hands,
just going-
kids. Single
Jack is just going
file
off a silhouette.
line.
He's
Let's
just
hold
following the
hands.
silhouette.
Let's
Yeah.
hold hands, okay? Let's sing our walking along song. She's the kindergarten teacher right now.
Yeah.
Let's
You-
do a
easy
call
to do to
off.
get back.
Say your name.
Especially above ground, you can make much quicker time. You get back to the familiar cart, half full of dirt and 4 shovels.
You go back in through the tunnel, right? Or are we going?
I thought you were above ground.
Yeah,
No, we
no,
went
we're
above
above ground.
Okay.
Elysia's going
Then
to put the wheel back.
On the way there, I would mention the similarities I noticed with the individual who we just met.
Why are they on the Collins property?
I
It's late
believe
at
we need to
night.
get back to the apothecary soon, and at worst, expected attack.
An attack. What do you?
If they are on Colin lands at a specific location where we were, tells me that they are most definitely behind these shark attacks.
Should we
And
not
you-
warn people?
Well, I'm
We have-
afraid, Miss Elysia, you might have given away a bit more than you realized. About,
What do you mean?
you mentioned the apothecary. And I'm not the best liar, and I don't know if you believe my story about it just being us, and here's satiating my curiosity.
To be honest, I
Yeah.
didn't believe that came out your mouth, so I doubt they did.
And he was hanging out the edge of the island.
Wait a minute. What? What?
We
would
are
they-
potential
what?
problems for them now, and more so than before now.
But we're not at the apothecary. Why would they go to the apothecary?
To send a message potentially, or
Well, first of all, it's also the fact is that they know that you will be there, which means that they can now go at any time and deal with you. And he puts like air quotes, even though he knows nobody can really see him other than Alicia.
Yeah, so the person you're doing air quotes to, she can see.
Yeah. So he's like, so because of that, they may actually go over. And considering the fact that the doctor really can't lie, and I highly doubt any of us would have believed that anyway, so I doubt they did. They may actually come in force because they know that it's at least 2, and there's probably more people there.
But I mean, we're not at the apothecary right now. They wouldn't.
but they have
Really?
horses and a head start.
No, but they could also burn it down and therefore try
What?
to make a point.
That's the first time you heard Elysia get loud.
If I was in their shoes,
Elysia takes off running to the apothecary, like she is terrified.
Okay.
I should have
You-
shut my mouth.
You leave the unfinished hole and you dart home. As you begin to near the apothecary, Elysia, you notice that. No, I'm kidding. It's
Oh
fine.
my god! Oh my god! I started tearing up! Oh my god! Don't do that!
You hard run all the way back. Whoever decides to chase can give chase.
Attempt to, at least.
Okay.
Jack actually was just like the whole fuck this shit. He just goes to the cart and just like
Yeah,
Takes a
Elysia
deep
put the
breath
wheel down. She did put the
and
wheel down.
just tips it over into the hole and just like kind of like just to like throw the cart edge on top of it so it covers it and whatever dirt was still inside just sinks right down to the bottom.
Make a strength check.
keep forgetting. What the hell does a level 1 exhaustion do to me again?
Isn't
Disadvantage
it
on
a
checks.
disadvantage? But isn't that the next
Disadvantage
day?
On ability checks. So yeah,
Yeah.
about that.
Please be nice to me, dice. Please be nice to me, dice. Please be nice to me.
Not terrible.
It's not
Yeah.
terrible. It's a
Not
13.
terrible. No, 13. You go to the one side of the carts, and you all your might, you are pushing and struggling, and you straight back, bent legs, and
there's
lift,
a hernia.
lift,
Don't say that. You'll give me-
lift, and then it doesn't move.
He doesn't want to break anything. He thought about it, as I thought about it. He grumbles and just fucking bullshit, motherfucker. I'm gonna,
Come on, we can fill it.
Okay.
Grab a shovel.
He just starts to hard body, just like just trying to fill this shit as fast as possible.
Okay, you.
Well, I mean, once it
imagine
gets to a
you-
certain point, then you can dump it.
kind of armor do you wear?
Chainmail,
I'd imagine you drop the chainmail.
probably.
You drop anything that's not normal, simple clothing, and you just start going ham.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He drops his chainmail, great axe, javelin, the shield, the long sword.
Jesus,
Just
it's
Thud, 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 thud.
That's pretty much what everybody.
The
just
hears.
like that. Just like
armory
that
is
part.
going crazy.
What was that from the Hot Shots movie? Disarm him,
Yeah.
and it's just chong 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 chong.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Elysia, Doctor, Red will stay with the cart and help you out there. Maybe not as much gusto as you have, but she'll help.
Yeah. He's just trying to do this as quick as possible.
Mage
It's just
hand,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Elysia, you hard run much as you can. Lungs are on fire. You're move, and you get within sight of what should be a burning apothecary, but there's no light ablaze. There's no sources here except for the torchlight of your decently far off neighbors of this small community here at the edge of the Sirwich Fields and the city district proper.
Elysia, once she gets to a point she could see it, obviously very tired. Kind of drops down, heavy breathing. Tears are kind of in her eyes, but then she starts laughing. It's still here. It's still here. They didn't take that from me. Still here. Still here.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
You watch as this tiny bead of arcane energy from 120 feet away. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God. You could have fucking killed me.
Then you see the doctor heavy breathing with his syringe out as where the energy came from.
Yep. Diagnosis: destruction.
Location disinfected.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Jesus. All right, you know what? We need a break.
So
You
we
get
can put
back
some
to
more
your
puns.
yeah.
Nope.
You get back to the apothecary that you have been currently handling and using as your abode and a shop front. It is fine, and we will see which decisions you make afterwards when we get back from break. But we're going to take a quick, probably 10-15 minute break, everybody. Go get some water, some snacks, stretch our legs, and we will see you when we get back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out during our break. Hope you went and got some food and snacks and water, as I know I myself and my table did. Typically, I would go around and ask, you know what, we'll do that real quick. What did everybody get for the snacks? I went downstairs and I just absolutely destroyed some Christmas cookies, and I got some water.
I got popcorn.
Sweet tea and antacid.
Oh, poor guy.
The best snack. I didn't get a snack, so
You didn't get a snack? Okay, that's fine.
I did not either, because I have dinner coming shortly.
Ooh, nice. What's on the menu tonight?
I had
James is
BK for dinner.
cooking.
Oh
Ooh,
man,
Getting James to cook is a rare treat, but he is making chicken fried rice.
I'll be there in an hour and a
Ooh, there
half.
you What are you talking about? You'll be in bed.
Anyways, as we left off, Elysia's apothecary is now in roaring flames.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
The world will die.
She, after having the idea that these individuals could be so diabolical as to do such a thing, she sprinted back to the apothecary to find it apparently unharmed.
Nice.
Yep. Drac, Eva, and Red currently doing their best to refill the hole that was dug.
Mm-hmm.
Red at this point would actually assist. She would not just use Mage Hand to just.
Could she do both? There are 4 shovels.
Yeah.
You know what? There are 4 shovels. Roll a quick charisma ability check. No, she cannot.
Okay.
She tries
The
to.
idea
It's
is-
just uncoordinated as hell. It's just ends up not being worth it. Lysia, once you can see
Mhm.
your home is apparently fine, do you head back? Do you want to investigate further? What would Elysia do?
Hold on.
Sure.
Real quick, I need to look at something.
Okay.
Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Okay. Elysia is going to get up close. She's going to get up close to the apothecary, kind of looking at it
Okay.
to see, like, doors shut.
The door is shut.
She tries to twist the knob to make sure it's locked
It
because
does
she locked.
not move.
Hmm?
It does not move.
And she's going to cast a. It's not going to get all of it, but she's going to cast a detect magic, so 30 feet. I mean, there's magical stuff in there, but
You do get a small bit of detect magic off of the doctor.
yes.
Here comes it right behind you.
And then
They're behind me. No.
the typical things you know that are within your
Yeah.
homestead. Or excuse me, within the apothecary.
Yeah. Oh God. I was so worried, Doctor. As Elysia just like puts her forehead on the door.
It's okay, dear. He's just, trying to catch his breath from chasing you.
Oh God.
I said, we didn't mean to upset you. Just wanted to lay out the possibilities. These are individuals who clearly are above killing people.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I might not be liked in this town, but I'd like to think I at least know one person. If I go missing, she's gonna cause a stink.
Well, I imagine the Collins would too. They'd come, for what I can tell, pretty well trusted by them now.
Mm. Yeah. Hopefully. We need to. Do you think we need to go back? At least maybe halfway, or if we run into them and everything. I didn't mean to run off like that. It's just,
I think they'll be okay. Just better for you to calm down. And, let's go make some tea real quick. And the
okay.
doctor will produce his own key and I'll unlock the door.
This apothecary is just, it's the only thing I have.
Well, another actually interesting note the doctor probably wouldn't think of. Probably a good thing only me and you came back, in case they were watching.
No, you're right, because we both said that it was just you were here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head inside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you intend on returning to the home?
The doctor does not, at least. He's going to go upstairs to the kitchen and make some tea.
Okay.
Are you
Inzia?
sure we don't? Are you? I feel bad for leaving them, especially considering the fact that they have a lantern, but they can't really see in the dark.
Well, I'm not going to stop you if you go back. I'll stay here and keep an eye on the apothecary while you're gone, if that will ease you.
All right. DM, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
How far is the Collins farm from the apothecary?
Ooh. Let me double check.
I can help with that if you want, because he told me it'd be an hour walk from here to the
Okay,
train station, and I go through the
Because
Holland Lands to
I
get
just
there.
need to know if it's within 10 feet.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
All right. I'm not going to be able to reach you at the Collins, but as Elysia just reaches in her mouth and pulls a tooth out and hands it to him, that whenever I get in 10 feet, I'll be able to contact you, as she just hands him the tooth.
He takes it. No
Just-
expression shown because he can't show any.
Yeah, just the bird straight expression. I'm gonna go back and get them, let them know, because I'm sure, I don't know if Draxix is sitting there thinking the worst, and I feel really bad because that was supposed to be my job filling it. But I'll be right back. I will let you know whenever we're close.
Well, tea will be ready by the time you get back. I'll keep it hot for all.
Okay. All right. As Elysia leaves the apothecary and runs back,
Elysia,
just running everywhere. Yeah.
did you mean to say 10 miles?
Yes, 10 miles. Sorry. Yes, I meant to say 10
Okay.
miles. Sorry, I said feet, didn't I?
You
Yep.
said 10 feet, and I was like,
Yeah, I
that's
meant-
not
no,
even big
no,
enough for your building.
No, I meant 10 miles. Sorry.
10 miles. That is a huge. Okay.
Yeah, that is a huge
Absolutely.
difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are.
Okay.
The entire island is maybe
Okay.
only 30, 35 miles
Okay.
across.
All right. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. So you can hear it from the Collins, but it's only 25, so I got to pick my words and everything. But yeah, so she heads out to head back to the Collins and everything.
The doctor probably just.
And he cannot respond to that.
No.
No.
Only I can send him a message 25
Infinite number of
words.
times, but only 25 words.
Mhm.
Okay, that's noted.
Once she leaves,
Set that one to memory.
I
I can't stop it with lead. This is bullshit. No, I'm kidding.
Also, if I trance for a minute, I can see from my tooth.
Once she leaves and on her way, Doctor lock turn maybe two of the locks, just to be double sure,
Okay.
and then go with make tea for everyone.
Okay. Lizzie, you make your way to the Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Drakix, Eva, and Red, as you are beginning to pile the dirt on, pack it down, pile it on, pack it down. It gets to a point where you're at a point where you're starting to get it from the cart and onto the into the hole. I will say each of you give me a Constitution check real quick.
Constitution check.
Yes.
Saving throw.
this is
The dirt is a mimic. No.
Straight ability.
He is currently just making me feel like shit now. I get it. This that's 10.
14.
Disadvantage, exhaustion.
An 18 for Red.
So spa
So-
day to next episode.
Both the two of you watch as Red in her sleeveless long coat, what biceps and muscles she does have are just bulking out as she is just shoveling in. Now, for some reason, with the same gusto as you, Drakix, and you are just pushing as hard as you can. You're tired, but you're going.
So it's just a normal day on a ship. Got it.
Yeah, you're trying your best to push through mentally. Eva, for you, this sucks. Like you've done hard work. You know what hard work is. Man, this sucks.
Yeah.
Elysia, do you go a route that would put you by the tunnel, or do you head straight there?
I head straight to the tunnel, like, because that's where I left them at.
My apologies.
I'm-
I thought you said
yeah.
you're going straight to the Collins.
Well, I'm at the Collins farm because that's where the tunnel's at. But
Oh, okay. I thought you.
actually,
My misunderstanding.
no,
I thought you were going
no,
to their
you,
homestead.
no. What time is it?
What time is it? As best as you can guess, you didn't even get down here until it was after dark.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3, 9, somewhere between 9 and 10.
Okay, I don't. Can I kind of go close to the homestead and see if any lights are on?
Or where are you going? Are you going to homestead first or going to the tunnel first?
I'm gonna, because Elysia is kind of wondering, like, if they know about the people on, like, hey, but if like they're asleep, she's not gonna. Like, if the lights are on and it looks like somebody's up and everything, she might go to the door and be like, hey, I'm sorry, but just to let you know, there were some people that apparently looked a lot like the Ilgrim family on your property, just to let you know.
Okay. You head to the homestead. You see no torchlight.
Okay. Elysia's going to rip out a page from her journal and write on it essentially like, hey, just let you know, while we were out there checking out the tunnel and stuff like that, and try to slip it through the door so they'll find it in the morning.
Okay.
And then she's going to head towards the hole.
Okay. You head back by the time you make this walk in there. Yeah, with them going as hard as they have been, they're just about, they begin to kind of finish the cartload of dirt, which was not enough to fill the tunnel hole.
Yeah.
There's still probably about a foot gap. But Eva, Red, and Drakax, as you walk up on them, they are just covered in sweat and dirt.
Lovely. Yeah, Drag is just gonna be like, whew. I haven't needed to work this hard in a while now.
Eva,
Yes.
as you're standing there, you feel this weird, quick shift in the dirt beneath you. Like a woof.
As in dirt falling in or dirt poofing up, if that makes sense.
As if you were standing on the other side of a door being hit. Like there was an impact. Boom.
Track.
Yes.
It's dark as shit, but she'll point down to the hole, even though we can't see shit.
Well, you have your lantern. You probably could have relit it if you so choose, but you actually would have had to.
Nope.
Because...
She has kept it dark.
Oh. Okay.
There's something on the other side of the hole.
Well,
And I think
there's
it wants
something-
out.
Move.
There was like this
Elysia's
this
like, move.
impact.
Just like, move. She says it really loud. Move. There's only one thing that could get in there. Move. Now.
Lovely.
And
Red-
she's like
Red
just
scrambles
grabbing
out.
everybody. Help
At
him
this
run.
point, he's just like, we could definitely use a light now. Somebody, lights.
Red will just cast light on a little stone she picks up.
Yep, that's fine, because we could always just put it in our pocket if anything.
Yep.
So yeah,
Elysia's just keeping an eye on the hole.
You watch as another impact. Boom. Another. Boom. You watch as the dirt kind of shifts.
Drac at this point is just like, quickly puts back on his gear.
Yeah.
Okay. How long does it take to put on? Is that considered medium or heavy?
That's heavy.
It's 10 minutes.
So he puts everything else on except for that.
DM,
Yes.
can I ready a spell if I see a sky shark bursting out of the ground?
You are welcome to. What spell you? Just so you know, let me ask you, what are you readying?
I am readying Ice Knife.
Okay. For leveled spells, you are welcome to hold them, but if they don't get used by the time that
Yeah.
6 seconds comes around,
No,
you
yeah,
still
no,
use
I
the
know.
spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you, the rest of you watch as this bit of frosty blue arcane energy coalesces in Elysia's hand as this dagger just apparates.
Okay. Okay. So Drac is just holding his longsword and shield.
Okay. There's another impact. Eva,
Ooh.
what are you doing?
He looks over just like,
It's either two possibilities. It gets tired of hitting itself and it leaves, or it bursts through. We have to be prepared for either one.
Kind of look up at Elysia. Did you or the doctor ever figure out if these things can hear us?
I mean,
That would have been in the notes that Dr. lectured you on. If that
Yeah.
actually.
what? Would I know anything about sharks hearing?
I would say that you would have some knowledge, but the Drakex would be able to, between everyone conversing, you just kind of figure out that they do have a sense of hearing.
Lovely. They have great hearing. Yay.
Elysia, because it's telepathic, relays to the doctor. Hole is currently moving. Possible sky shark.
Can I have a response?
No, this one
And
you cannot. You
You
would
can
just get
speak,
that.
absolutely. You are more than
Yeah,
welcome to
I
make a
won't hear
response.
it.
You just don't know if she'll get it or not.
Yeah, Doc doesn't know. She didn't explain it to him.
Yeah, you don't know. What do you say?
I'll be there in a moment, and he will
You-
take the kettle off of the thing.
I just
as he's
imagine
going where-
Elysia's
around.
tooth just rattling as it vibrates with the words.
Yeah, like when you leave a cell phone on the kitchen counter.
Yes.
He probably
Yes.
has it next to his setting stone
Yes.
as well for work.
Okay. At least you go and expend your first level spell slot.
Right.
Doc don't make his way there. However long it takes him.
Okay.
At this
After
point,
about 5 or 6 more impacts, they just seem to stop.
hmm. he just kind of like looks down, like, I think that's it.
We might need to get a guard.
About 10,
Someone.
20 minutes goes by before the doctor catches up, by the way.
All right.
We might need to get a guard because
Yes, that wouldn't help. That would definitely help.
somebody needs to watch this.
If we get a guard, there's a likely chance we are not coming back to this again.
No, that I mean
That is also
they,
very,
they-
very
well.
true.
They gave us that note. Remember, Red? The guards are looking for help.
Just because the bounty says that they want help
No,
does not mean
no,
that they will
no.
necessarily
I
let
mean
us
the
help.
the actual note that Red got where they said help coin.
Was that shared with us?
Yes.
I was not aware that it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
You-
was shared with us.
Either wasn't with the party when that was discovered.
Oh, yep, that's right.
She was in
Okay.
the city.
Yep, that's right.
And I'm not entirely sure the doctor was even told about it either, because he was also in the city with Eva.
Yeah, so we would know. Well, anyways,
So
Elysia would
that's
look to
news
Red
to you,
about
yeah.
to
And Red would be like-
Red.
And Red would be like, yeah, they're true.
We might not be getting it during certain times, but clearly. But somebody has to stay out here and watch this because just because it gave up doesn't mean there won't be another one coming.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what do we do?
That is actually a good question. As it stands, we can go over to the cons farm.
They're
let them
asleep.
know.
They're asleep.
Hmm.
But
Nothing says we can't wake them up if they want to take charge of this.
Extra precautions.
I agree, but
You know the people better than I do. So it is up to you.
I'm of two minds of this. I left them a note letting them know about the people to men on their property. And yes, I did help Mr. Cullen, but I don't want to wear that out. This is the first time I've ever had what feels like somebody on my side in this town. But
Okay.
someone needs to know. As Elysia, come on, let's go. As she heads towards like the Collins.
I'm gonna stay here, just in case.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah, Drac is definitely going to like. I'm gonna stay here as well as put on my armor, so that way it's one less thing to worry about. And
By
he
the
actually
time the
put-
doctor has caught up with
If
you,
need be, I can
you've
go by
got your armor
myself.
on.
I can go by myself. You guys can stay here, or somebody can go with me. As Elysia, it's just keep that lit. Just keep that light, just in case, because Elysia is very worried about you guys not having dark vision and
Hmm.
leaving you guys. So
Yeah.
as she goes to the Collins, she goes back to the Collins.
Okay.
He definitely like looks always like somebody else should go with her, just as a precaution.
I have a general question that has nothing to do with this current moment, but DM, would the doctor know that if a sky shark would drown if it's swimming backwards?
I would say because what you dealt with was already deceased, you would have a difficult time discerning that.
Okay.
Would I know that? That is a good question.
That is a very good question. You would know that. And as you have this thought process, Drakax is like, well, it's weird it gave up. If it swam backwards, it wouldn't bode very well. Surprised it didn't go into a frenzy. And then as you have that thought, there is this loud crack in the earth where the hole in the tunnel is, as wood and dirt just splinter straight up, and this gray, kind of scaly skinned sky shark rockets out of the tunnel. And
Elysia didn't get too
takes-
far, did she?
She did not know.
Okay. Yeah, she's turning around.
You
like,
got
"What the
like
fuck?"
maybe 10 feet, 10, 15, 20 feet.
She's running back as soon as she.
But you
hears
hear
noise.
that, and you watch as this, in comparison, massive flying sky shark just rockets out of this tunnel. You can hear its growls of hunger and frenzy as it has finally burst through whatever barricade was holding it. And it shoots up into the air, immediately smelling those around it. As it looks up and it spirals around and sees those before it, it immediately begins to make a lunge towards the party. And that's where we'll go ahead and end the episode. So I don't want misread to miscombat.
That is true. That is fair. That is fair.
Not want to assume what she would do in a combat. I don't have a great feel for everybody how you play your characters yet, so give me some time to get used to that. Once I do, it's on. But we will end it. I know a bit early there. Like I said, I don't want her to miss combats, but I have had this encounter planned, and I'm very excited for it to come to fruition finally. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm just over here as a player, knowing knowledge about sharks. They can't swim backwards. It's in a small tunnel. Why did it stop?
Mm-hmm.
A very
Yeah,
good
we
question
know-
that you may or may not have an answer to come the conclusion of whatever is currently in front of the party.
All
But
right.
thank you all so very much for being here. Everyone here, we all appreciate it. I know my players at the table, we have fun telling you these great stories, and laughing, and hopefully making all your days much brighter. If you've enjoyed what you had here and you're not giving us a follow on Twitch, please feel free to do so. Tell your friends about us. We are on the cusp of reaching our 200. We'd love to get there for the end of the year. We are so close. We're only 6 away. So if you enjoy it, share it with your friends, your family, spread the word. If you do enjoy what we have here on Wednesday nights, make sure you swing back around on Sundays to check out our Twisted Perception stream headed up by the fantastic Ford, to where those crazy individuals are beginning their death march to the end game. I'm looking forward to see how that goes for everybody. And
Oh, this
You haven't downed me once as fire.
I haven't, correct. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next time. Until then, have a great weekend, stay warm, and just remember to have fun. Good night, everybody.